Hello student, welcome back. In our previous class, we already discussed Heisenberg's principle of secondary wavelength. Today, we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is Young's double slit experiment. So, what is Young's double slit experiment? On what principle or on what phenomena the Young's double slit experiment work? So, the first and foremost principle is interference of light. Now, what is interference of light? Interference of light means when a two or more than two light source having the same frequency and moving with the same phase or a constant phase, they redistributed their energy, and on the basis of redistribution of their energy, they are moving with a same resultant phase, and on the same resultant phase, on the basis of this, the consecutive bright and dark fringes are there, or the maximum fringes or the minimum fringes are there. This phenomena is known as interference of light, and on the basis of interference of light, Young's double slit experiments are there. This is a simple setup or simple diagram of Young's double slit experiment. We considered as the source S is a monochromatic light, and this S is a single slit. What is slit? This is a narrow distance, very narrow distance, and we consider that this is a 1 mm distance. And this is the first point, and this is the second point. The distance from the first source and second source is 10 centimeter, and these two slits, that is S1 and S2, the distance is 2 mm, and the width of every slit is 0.3 mm, and the distance from this is we considered as the screen, and this the source are moving in this direction. This is a central bright fringes, and on the basis of central bright fringes, the alternate bright dark in both the direction, and the distance from a consecutive bright fringes to the bright fringes or dark fringes to the dark fringes, this is beta. On the basis of this, this is a simple setup that we can say Young's double slit experiment proves that intensity is directly proportional to the amplitude square, and these are two basic construction phase. First is constructive interface and second is destructive interface. So on the basis of derivation point of view, also we have to discuss how we have to prove the Young's double slit experiment. So y1 equals to a1 sine omega t, y2 equals to a2 sine omega t plus phi. On the basis of superposition principle, y equals to y1 plus y2, then y equals to a1 sine omega t plus a2 sine omega t plus phi. Then y equals to a1 sine omega t plus a2 sine omega t cos phi plus a2 cos omega t sin phi. Sin a plus b, sin a cos b, cos a sin b. Then y in these two terms we have to take common sin omega t. So a1 plus a2 cos phi sin omega t plus a2 cos omega t sin phi. In this a1 plus a2 cos phi, a1 plus a2 cos phi we considered as a cos theta, and from this a2 sin phi, a2 sin phi we considered as a sin theta. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. So after this equation number 1 and equation number 2, we have add these two equations. And equation 1 and equation number 2. So what is equation number 1 and equation number 2? A cos theta plus a sin theta, it is equals to a1 plus a2 cos phi, a1 plus a2 cos phi plus a2 sin phi. Adding, or we can squaring both the equation. Cos square theta, a square sin square theta, the square a square sin phi theta. Then a square cos square theta plus sin square theta, it is a plus b का whole square, a square plus b square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi plus a2 square sin phi, sin square phi. This is a2 square sin square phi. Then we know very well cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. So a square equals to a1 square, this is cos square phi plus sin square phi, 1 a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. A square, capital A square is amplitude, it is a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. And we know I equals to k I equals to Ka square, that is intensity. I1 equals to Ka1 square and I2 equals to Ka2 square. Then Ka square amplitude square equals to Ka1 square plus Ka2 square plus 2 root Ka1 root Ka2 cos phi. Then K is a proportionality constant. Then intensity I equals to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos phi. This term 2 root I1 I2 cos phi is an interference term. There are two types of interference. There are two types of interface: constructive interface and destructive interface. Constructive interface where getting the maximum wavefront, and destructive interface we are getting the minimum wavefront or minimum fringes. Then constructive interface cos phi equals to 1, where phi equals to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, the phase difference is n lambda. And destructive interface cos phi equals to minus 1, that is minimum, then phi equals to pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, and phase difference is 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So I hope you understand the topic, that is Young's double slit experiment. So thank you student. So in the next class we will discuss another very important topic regarding to the C basic perspective. Thank you.